Hi everyone, this is DebbieVine here. Welcome to my video. Today is going to be all about the month of July. July is a special month for me. Apart from it being the month I was born, it's also a month that signifies half the year is done. Right? Half the year is done. What have I done with half of my year? And in the month of July, I start assessing myself. July is my month of review, my month of checking myself out for the, reviewing myself for the whole year, checking to see what I've done, reviewing myself for half the year against the goals that I made at the beginning of the year or the end of the year before. Okay, so it's a special month for me. For those who are a bit knowledgeable about organization, about project management, you may have heard of the PDCA. You could call it PDCA, you could call it PCDA, which really means plan, do, check, act. I call it plan, do, check, review. And basically what it is look at your current situation, right? So what I would do is I would look at my year so far and I would assess myself on what I've actually achieved. And I will look at what I planned to achieve. I'll check what I plan to achieve and I will change it if I feel that this is not exactly what I want to do anymore. And if it is, I will then assess how far I've gone and what else I need to do. I will adjust my plan accordingly and then I will start to act on it, start taking significant steps to act on it. Now, there's so many tools that people use, but the plan, do, check, act, I want you to have a look at it. Usually businesses use it, they use it for products, they use it for processes, but this thing helps me in my life. And if I'm using it at work, why won't I use it on myself? I'm spending all this resource to improve my skills in my career. I might as well use it for my own life. You feel that, are you being a bit hard on yourself, especially when you come to the end of the year and you've not really achieved as much as you want to because of all the challenges that you faced? But let me tell you the truth. If you have your goals set right at the beginning of the year and you don't achieve them the first year, just keep them on. Second year, if you don't achieve it, third year you will achieve it. Because that has happened to me. And I can only tell you what I've done. And I can only tell you what I've been through. I remember there was a time when I wanted to get my chartership. And I thought it was impossible. But every year I put it down as my goal. And I can gratefully and thankfully, thanks to God, that I actually got the chartership. So that just tells me that there's nothing that you can, plan and decide that you are going to do that you won't be able to achieve. So please, I want to encourage you, please plan, okay? Please plan. Please do what you've planned to do. Then it doesn't have to be the month of July. It could be any other month, but check it. Check it. Check to see it. Check to assess it. Check to see whether you are doing well or you're not doing well. What do you need to do? What do you not need to do? And then just start doing it. Find ways to start doing it. Okay, so this helps resolve problems, helps obtain goals. It helps you do all sorts of things. The other thing that I want to tell you is, how do I do it? I think there's nothing better than explaining how I do it, because different people do it in different ways. But for me, I take time out. Sometimes I could take a day off from work. I go somewhere quiet, somewhere that I can concentrate. I make sure that I'm okay with myself. I make sure that I'm sound-minded and I'm ready for it. So I take the time out and I go somewhere quiet, away from the children, away from distractions. And I look at my vision board. I have a vision board where I've got all my goals, what I'm aspiring to do for the year. And then I check to see what I have done. I don't do that without a pen, to be honest. I don't do that without my pens with an S. So I've got my Sharpies, all the colors I can ever think of. That's because that's the type of person I am. My A3 sheet of paper, and I just start drawing, writing, scribing anything of all my thoughts coming out. I write everything down, and then I reassess what I've done, right? And then I start again. Okay, I change some goals sometimes as and when is required, and that's because we change all the time. You don't have to do the goals that you set out to do. You may need to adjust them, and that's fine. So I look at my previous goals, I readjust them accordingly, and I also list my current situation, because sometimes you may need to add extra goals to it. You may need to change some things, and allow yourself to do it and enjoy doing it. Our lives are so colorful. We make it what we want it to be. It's a blank sheet. We are the ones that, decide this is what I'm going to do. God has given us the grace to have a will, to decide what you want to do. And I'm hoping that with, as far as we pray, as far as prayer goes, we also need to act. So this is just to encourage everyone. Month of July, month of review. Check your goals, adjust accordingly, and go forward. I wish you all the best, and I hope you achieve your goals. Bye.